Hello, City Lights Church. Pastor Kurt here, just shooting you a video on how we plan to reopen and get people back in the building. Please listen to this entire message before you come back to church. Just some good information here I want to get into your hands. This Sunday, June 7th, is the Sunday. Kind of been on my heart that I thought it would be good for us to return, and so we're doing that. First of all, before I get into the details, I want to say, please understand how impossible it is for us to make everyone happy here. Okay, for some of you, what I'm about to say will be way too loose, and for some of you, what I'm about to say will seem way too restrictive, okay? You need to know that we've prayed, we've sought wisdom, and ultimately we're following the peace of God for what we believe He is saying to us as a church and us as a church family. Here's the bottom line. You are responsible for your health and your family's health. You're responsible for the decisions you make, the risks you take, and the precautions you take. That's your responsibility and your business. My goal here in the next few minutes is just to provide you with the right information of what we are doing and what we're not doing so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. All right? So, what do we need, guys? We need a few wins. We haven't had church in like 2.5 months. We need to get some people back in the building. We need to have a few services and get people's confidence back that we can start meeting together, okay? So for the month of June, we're going to remain somewhat vigilant. And then if we get through the month of June without any major problems, we can start to relax some of what I'm about to say here, okay? So what does this weekend, Sunday, June 7th, look like? We are planning to kick off with a soft reopening. Okay, so what does that look like? We're going to have one service at 10 a.m., which is our normal service time. But we're going to have a limited number of people in the building this weekend. There's going to be an RSVP. Once that fills up, we won't be able to let anyone else back in the building. Watch this video and then you can RSVP, all right? We're going to see how this weekend goes, how fast it fills up, how many people didn't get in. And we're aiming to have two services the following weekend, a 9 a.m. and an 11 a.m. also with an RSVP, okay? So this weekend, 10 a.m. with an RSVP. Next weekend, we're aiming at, we'll give you follow-up communication next week. We're aiming at having a 9 and 11 service next Sunday. We have some logistical things we have to work through to make that happen. Okay, what about kids ministry? Okay, for the month of June, we are not going to offer kids ministry. Here's why. Kids do not social distance very well and cannot be expected to social distance well. Kids cannot and should not be expected to wear masks or anything like that. So we have chosen to hold off on kids ministry until Sunday, July 12th. Okay, that's the Sunday after the 4th of July weekend. So we're holding off until July to have kids ministry. If you bring your kids to church, that's awesome, that's fine. But please understand, they have to stay with you. They can't be running around the building. Understandably, this will make it hard for some of you parents. I understand, especially those of you who have very young kids. I understand it will make it hard for you. Here's the policy I think we should all adopt. You should return to service the moment you feel like the in-service experience exceeds the online experience. So if you can have a better experience for you and your family at home, then you should do that until the in-service experience exceeds that, okay? So with that, what are we doing and what are we not doing? Okay, I'm gonna start with what we are doing and what we are asking you to do when you come to church. Number one, we are asking people to continue to social distance. When you come to church, for the time being, every other row is gonna be blocked off. And then we're asking that there be 3 seats between every family. So families sit together, people who come together sit together, but then there'd be 3 seats between every family. For the time being, we're asking that you refrain from hugging and shaking hands. We're going for a touchless environment here, okay? Now, I'm a touchy guy. I like touching. I like shaking hands. But please don't come to church and want to prove that you're not afraid of the virus by hugging everyone or that you have enough faith by hugging everyone. That's going to cause problems for people. That puts some people in an awkward place. And even if you and the other person are totally good hugging or shaking hands, it's sending the message to the rest of the church that we're not following this. So we're asking you at least for the month of June, to please refrain from hugging and shaking hands and all that. Let's use some common sense. We're going to have some hand sanitizers around the building. We're going to have doors propped open so it becomes more of a touchless environment. We're not going to be serving coffee, at least for the month of June. Please, when you come in, don't congregate in the foyer. Let's just go straight to our seats. And then when we leave, don't congregate in the foyer. If you want to talk to people, maybe step outside where it's a little bit safer to be outside. Okay, that's what we are doing. That's what we're asking you to do. What are we not doing? Okay, number one, we are not going to take people's temperature when they come to church. I feel like that's a little bit of a violation of people's privacy. But if you feel sick in the slightest at all, for the love, please stay home. If you're not sure and you're like, what is this tickle in my throat? Is it allergies? Am I sick? Listen, please just do us all a favor and stay home. We want to get back to normal, and that could prevent us from doing that. That could prolong what we're doing. Okay, what about masks? I've had a lot of questions about masks. If you want to wear a mask, obviously you are more than welcome to come to church and wear a mask. In fact, we'll even be making masks available. We'll have some there if you want one. However, you need to know that we will not be policing the masks. Okay, we're not going to be making it mandatory for people to come in with masks on. So, inevitably, there will be people in the building that don't have masks on. So, if you're comfortable with that, then come to church. If you're not uncomfortable with that, stay home until you're ready, okay? If you're comfortable with everything I've said here and you want to come back to church and you're ready, click on the RSVP tab and we'll try to get you a spot for this Sunday. But please give us some grace. There's no way one service with that spread out distancing can accommodate every person. So this is going to fill up really quickly this weekend. The following Sunday, we're aiming to have 2 services that will be able to accommodate more people. And if we get through June, we can open up more and more and relax things a little bit more, okay? Please help us. Follow your leadership in this. If you feel uncomfortable coming to church, stay home. If you are uncomfortable with the restrictions I'm talking about, please follow your leadership and do what we're asking you to do, okay? All right, we're going to learn from this weekend. We'll make plans accordingly, but we're excited to see your guys' faces, and we want to get the best information in your hands to make a decision for you and your family. We love you guys. Can't wait to have church again with y'all. All right, God bless you guys, and we'll talk to you later.